When I say the word atheist, what do you think of?
Atheists? I think they need help.
And my honest opinion is I think that's very shallow.
I have judgments about it. I think it's narrow-minded.
Communism, Russians, progressives, leftists.
In a recent University of Minnesota study measuring attitudes about minority groups, Americans ranked atheists as the single least trusted group of people in the country. In fact, atheists were listed below Muslims, recent immigrants, and homosexuals in terms of sharing America's vision of society. Out of anyone their kids could end up with, parents said they disapproved the most if their children married an atheist. And half of the country won't vote for a politician who doesn't believe in God, even if that politician is well qualified for office.
So what are we doing?
I've never met these people before, so I guess the tables might be a little turned for just one night. So. Yeah.
As an atheist living in a Christian home, Brenda is determined to show her hosts that she's not the only one who feels oppressed by the religious majority. So she takes Michael and Tracy to her kind of church, one run by free-thinking atheists.
More than 10 years ago, we started up the North Texas Church of Free Thought, and we have an affiliate in Houston as well.
There's 4,000 churches in Dallas-Fort Worth. There's one like ours. We've been denied a state tax exemption 3 times by the comptroller, whose position is that a church, in order to be given a tax exemption, has to believe in a supreme deity. That's contrary to Texas Constitution and certainly the U.S. Constitution. Right now, we're being discriminated against because we believe in just one fewer God than any other church in Texas.
But I have also had Christians tell me that the reason people are atheists is because they have a moral problem, that we are sleeping around and are raising our kids to be immoral and so on. Meanwhile, we are expected to be sort of very tolerant of Christians wanting to share their faith, but if we even respond in a way that's indicating that we don't believe in God, that's very unwelcome.
I'm appalled at what I hear from you guys because it's so bizarre. The fundamental basis of Christianity is love your neighbor as yourself.
Right.
It did not say love your Christian neighbor as yourself.
Michael and I really hadn't thought too much about atheists in general, so we hadn't taken the next step to think how atheists might feel persecuted or are being persecuted. It definitely came to my attention what an atheist would experience, so we're thankful for learning that.
I mean, I would just apologize for the negativity that you've gotten from the Christian community because I think that is 100% wrong.
Well, spread the word among your brethren. We're as friendly and as outgoing as anybody else.
Just ask them to take the slogans off our money.
Yeah, that'd be a good start.
How about that, you know? The fact that Brenda and all the rest of us have to go around and spend money that has God stamped on it. Does the government have a legitimate right to make a theological statement for everybody?
Well, we don't really care.
Would you care if it said on your dollar bills and on your coins, there is no God?
No, ours says in God we trust, and we actually like that.
What would you think if it said there is no God?
It says in God we trust.
What if it said there is no God?
It says in God we trust.
I'm asking you a hypothetical. What would you think of that?
I live here in the U.S. and it says in God we trust.
For the record, I would oppose putting there is no God on our money because I respect the right of Christians and other believers to have their beliefs without having to carry around money that has something on it, a slogan with which they really deeply disagree. I'm willing to let you guys have your religious liberty, but you're not willing to let me have mine.
I guess it doesn't bother me that it's on the money. If it bothers you, move. I mean,
you see, this is a typical Christian. It's a Christian country. If you don't like it, then get out. That's terrible.
If it bothers you that much, I don't know what to tell you to do.
I have found with not only Michael but other people, it seems really scary to look at things from a different perspective because of emotional reasons, and then it's very hard to have discussions based on reason and logic.
Thank you. In God We Trust wasn't actually added to the dollar bill until 1957, a year after America adopted the phrase as our national motto in the midst of the communism scare. And under God wasn't always part of the Pledge of Allegiance.